If you're walking to Tennōji, you'll come in this way. And this is back through a Shinto shrine. And as all good pilgrims know, and as you should know, because you're a good pilgrim if you're watching this or thinking of going on the pilgrimage, you need to enter the temple from the front. Walking pilgrims, you're going to enter through the back, and you're actually going to walk through this Shinto shrine. And you're going to come to this Shinto Torii, marking the sacred space of the Shinto shrine. The Shinto Torii looks like a gate, and it is a gate, but it's a gate to a Shinto shrine, not a Buddhist temple. And this is that beautiful gate. The actual entrance to Tennōji Temple is this parking lot, which almost looks like it's somebody's house. Today there's quite a few cars here, but on some days there are no cars here and you might just walk by it. And you're going to walk up, and over to the right is the Nokyo-sho, where you get your book signed. And then you're going to make a left, and you're going to literally cross the path of the Shinto shrine. This is the path I just took. There's the Torii, there's the Shinto shrine, and to get to the Buddhist temple, you walk from the parking lot, you cross over through the Shinto shrine, and you get to Tennōji Temple. Just a couple of buildings tucked in here. So if you visit here, be sure to go out and go in the proper gate, which is the parking lot garage, and not the Shinto gate, which is the Torii. The water trowel, and this is the Hondo, the main hall, with an 11-faced cannon inside, and this is the Daishido, and some memorial tablets. There's not much to this temple in terms of actual buildings, but there is a great deal of history related to this place. And it has to do with the political battles that took place in Japan at the end of the Heian period during the 12th century. Well, in terms of actual history, Emperor Sutoku ascended the throne in 1123. He abdicated in 1142, but there was a huge succession dispute in 1155 caused, well, as in all of Japanese history, pre-modern Japanese history, everything was caused by a successional dispute. In 1155, Sutoku raised forces attacking the new emperor, Go-Shirakawa. Sutoku lost the battle and he was exiled to Sanuki. There he was assassinated at the age of 45. It was summer when he was assassinated, and in order to preserve his body, while they were waiting for word from the capital with what to do, they put his body in a pond. Here's the Shinto Shrine, connected right next to the temple. And if you take this road down, you will get to the pond where they put Sutoku's body. It took messengers 20 days to take the news to Kyoto, and during that time his body was kept in this pond to keep it cool. Today the pond is covered in cherry blossom petals. Later they cremated his body and buried it in the neighborhood of Temple 81. Afterwards, Temple 79 was given the name of Tennōji, Emperor's Temple, and a shrine to Sutoku was erected. And this is the shrine to the Emperor. Because of the tragic misfortunes of his life, many tales and legends and paintings have been made of his apparent of him.
A little aside about Japanese history here. During the last 100 years of the Heian period, one of, if not the most powerful person, was not the emperor, who hardly ever had any power in Japanese history, and not the Fujiwara regent, who wielded power throughout most of the Heian period. the person with the real power during the last 100 years of the Han period was the retired emperor. One of the first powerful retired emperors was Shirakawa. The Heikemonogatari, the quintessential story about the rise of the warriors in the last 100 years of the Heian period, gives perhaps the greatest description of Shirakawa, stating that the only three things outside of his control were the flooding of the Kamo River, Sugoroku, a game of dice kind of like backgammon, and the unruly monks of Mount Hiei. Shirakawa's son, Horikawa, had a son named Toba. When Toba was 4, Horikawa, his father, died, and he became emperor. From this time, Shirakawa, Toba's grandfather, emerged as the premier power at court, constantly controlling Toba and the court. When Toba came of age and was ready to marry, Shirakawa chose as Toba's consort Fujiwara no Shoshi, a lady whom Shirakawa had adopted. Shoshi is better known by her honorary title, Taikei Mo-in. She became a consort to the 14-year-old Toba when she was 16, and soon gave birth to Prince Akihito, the future Emperor Sutoku. According to court gossip, however, before presenting Fujiwara Shoshi to Toba, Shirakawa welcomed her to the family, to put it politely. In other words, court gossip states that Emperor Sutoku was not Toba's child, but Shirakawa's. Toba apparently was quite aware of the child's paternity, and according to one source, Toba referred to Akihito not as his son, but as his uncle. Thus, Sutoku, the emperor, whose dead body resided in this pond for weeks on end, also entered the world and grew up surrounded in gossipy controversy and with a father who had serious issues with his paternity. Toba seems to have had affection for Fujiwara Shoshi, who was known as quite a beauty. She bore him 4 other sons and 2 daughters. This lady, Fujiwara Shoshi, also known as Taikei Mo-in, also happens to be the first person buried on Mount Koya. It was with her that the custom of the rich, powerful elite to be buried on Mount Koya, a place that prohibited living women from entering for centuries. Temple number 79, Tennōji, the Emperor's Temple. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.